So some people tell me it's Willy Hernangomez, and others say it's Billy Hernangomez. I don't frickin' know, but I'm gonna go with Willy for this one. He seems like he can be a really nice offensive center next to Kristaps Porzingis for the Knicks, you know? Because he's got some decent strength to him. I would say he's not like an athletic freak, but he seems okay as well. And just a strong dude who knows how to do some post moves, Willy Hernangomez. Spin moves, hook shots. I'm not even going to talk about his rebounding, or I'm not going to show footage of his rebounding, but dude's been able to grab some rebounds in his rookie NBA season as well. So he's definitely the best center on the roster for the New York Knicks right now, unless you just love Kyle O'Quinn. And I mean, I have some reservations about Hernangomez's defense. I don't know how effective he can really be on that side of the floor. Hopefully he can grow into something okay. But for this upcoming NBA season, I think there's a chance he could put up some decent stats for the Knicks, because what the hell else do they have at the center position, you know? Whether he's the long-term option or not, that thing can be explored in later seasons. For this upcoming one, I think Willy's going to put some points and some rebounds up for the New York Knicks. Now, Myles Turner, I don't see a reason why his offensive production doesn't take off, because when we're looking at this Indiana team, there's not really a lot of natural offensive players. You know, Darren Collison's nice, Corey Joseph's nice, Oladipo is something at this point offensively. You know, he's not a great shooter, not a great creator. He's kind of just something in between. You got Thad Young, who's whatever. Myles Turner's going to have to shoot this ball a lot, you know? He's been kind of playing under Paul George for the past couple seasons. It's his third year. I think the reins are just going to be unleashed for him, and I see him shooting three-pointers, shooting his signature mid-range jumpers, getting in the post a little bit more often. I assume he'll definitely be able to attack switches. Whether he can post up on bigger guys, that's a question, but the combination of all those things, I picture Myles Turner having quite an offensive season. Could he hit like 20 points a game? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he did, because there's not a lot in terms of offensive players in this Indiana team. Now, Alex Len, this is the season we're going to find out if Alex Len's actually good, because it's been... Has it been 4 years yet? Has it been 5 years with Alex Len at this point? I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a while. And sometimes he looks like a dude who can be an awesome rebounder and a strong guy who can not be like some high usage center, but at the same time he can be a good roller. He can just be kind of okay enough at everything you need for a center. And then other times he just looks kind of forgettable. Not very athletic. Sometimes he won't catch the ball. He won't look very crafty around the rim. He'll get dunked on by Greg Monroe for me to explain my point. So we're just going to have to find out with Alex Len. They've had Tyson Chandler starting for the past couple of seasons, which tells you a decent amount right there. We're just going to have to find out with Alex Len. Is he actually good? Who knows? Thon Maker seems like the type of NBA center who you would just create in a laboratory, and you put him in a time machine. You said, okay, we're going to transport you to the year 2017 where you can just switch among every position and shoot three-pointers and grab like 6 rebounds a game, and they'll love you for it. That seems like the type of player that Thon Maker can be for the Milwaukee Bucks. And if you think about if he's able to really realize his defensive potential, then having him, Giannis, and Chris Middleton could be like devastating defensively. Those are 3 guys who can switch among a lot of positions. Now, I like Malcolm Brogdon, but I don't know if he has that defensive potential. Who knows what's happening with Jabari? But that's a great defensive foundation with those 3. And hopefully his shooting comes around as well. Willie Cauley-Stein was turning it on once DeMarcus Cousins left. He was labeled in Kentucky as just a dude who can be great defensively. I would say immediately when he entered the league, it didn't translate right away. Sometimes he looked a little uncoordinated on offense. And I just think he wasn't able to pick up the NBA game as quickly. But he's gotten better, and he was putting up some real stats for the Kings once Boogie was gone. And if you look at just the amount of playmakers on this team, right, you got between George Hill and De'Aaron Fox, and they say Bogdanovich is someone who can make some plays for guys. I mean, they're going to be running pick and rolls, and you're going to have someone catching those alley-oops and stuff, and I'm sure that's going to be Willie Cauley-Stein. And then defensively, I think he's going to be pretty good. You know, he's got the athleticism to do stuff on defense, so look out for him in this upcoming season. And Jusuf Nurkic was really the source of Portland turning their season around a year ago, because they finally had a guy down low who could just be like a presence, you know, grab a lot of rebounds. And weirdly enough, he's not actually the best finisher around the rim, but he kind of makes it work anyway. With some post moves, and his passing was also really good for them. They would use him in the post and then just have action around it where he would be able to find guys for easy shots. But also, they were defending well with Jusuf Nurkic, which might have been the most surprising one, because he didn't really seem like a defensive player in Denver, but he was playing defense in Portland, so that's going to be the big one. If he can maintain that defense while still giving them the rebounding and the scoring and all that, then Portland could be in for some good stuff. So Nurkic has looked good for them. Hopefully he can just extend it out to an entire NBA season.